I immediately related to sharks as a kid. I don't know why. I guess I've always loved the monsters. And there's something fascinating in an animal that even the most ocean-loving people are scared of.
Madison Stewart is a 21-year-old activist from Australia who has spent her short life fighting for sharks. My name is Nicolás Ibargüen, and I am the environmental correspondent for Fusion. I traveled with Madison to the Bahamas to learn about her personal battle to save the apex predators of the world's oceans. The Bahamas is one of the few countries that has completely banned commercial shark fishing. As a result, some of the Caribbean's healthiest shark populations can be found here.
There's two ways of looking at diving with sharks. The first one is that feeling which is so rare that you are no longer in control or in your element, you're in theirs. And that is an incredibly humbling feeling on a planet where we've lost all ability to be humbled by other species. This animal has just been there for 400 million years perfecting itself. So it's pretty cool actually to lose control under there. The other way I look at it is just so peaceful and so awesome. There's nothing quite like seeing an animal slice through the water, seeing something that perfect. When you're scuba diving with the sharks on the shark feed, there's definitely a pecking order and you're not at the top, and that's pretty cool. And it's a great experience. It's a really peaceful, wonderful thing to be surrounded by them. The movement of their bodies just going around you. And then it's different when you're freediving because you're a little more awkward and exposed, and they kind of pick up on that. I don't ever want to face the idea that it's going to be harder and harder to see them and to get in the water with them. It's the most beautiful thing that a person can do in the ocean. And it's an interaction worth fighting for. They're the last dinosaurs. They're the things dreams are made of.
The demand for shark meat, fins, liver, and oil has pushed shark populations around the globe to the brink of extinction.
It was never my intention to become involved in conservation. I was going to finish school and get my degree in marine biology and everything would be sweet. When I was 14 years old, I went back to the places that I dived as a kid, some certain reefs just offshore near the Great Barrier Reef. And the first thing I noticed was the lack of sharks compared to the years before. So I think I can pinpoint the moment where everything started for me down to one dive where I was expecting to see sharks, but we didn't see any.
No second chances, no more comes through. Don't try your eyes on.
And it was from that point on that I realized if I actually wanted a future in the ocean with sharks, I couldn't just sit back, I'd have to actually fight for it.
Madison has since launched successful campaigns to stop the sale of shark products in Australia and starting a documentary that followed her efforts. Still, sharks continue to be killed around the globe at a rate of 100 million per year.
At the moment, I'm targeting the trade of shark meat in Australia, which includes species analysis and mercury testing, and testing for other things like selenium and arsenic and methylmercury. The aim of this was to follow up on a complaint that some people had given me, saying that they'd be eating fish and chips which had a weird texture and a weird taste to it, and they thought it might be sharks. In places like Australia, people will sit down and watch a documentary on the Great Barrier Reef and admire these beautiful sharks in the documentary and have no idea that just down the road from them, laying dormant in their supermarket, is that shark meat for sale. So for me, that project is about closing that gap and showing them all the things that happen so close to home.
Madison believes that everyone has the power to create change.
It's amazing how much power one person has. Because of the change I've seen in my lifetime, I've now broken laws and been in the face of some crazy stuff in our waters and really pushed boundaries and given up a lot of stuff that I wanted to do just to be able to fight for stuff that I wanted to see in the future. I think everyone has the potential to do that. An ocean without sharks would not only be terrible because the effects that losing them would have on the reefs and of the fish and everything else that we love, like turtles and dolphins, but also because we'd be losing one of the last wild things on our planet. It's like going to sleep and having no dreams.